Hey guys, welcome back to Funnel Strike. My name is Manu and we are discussing about how to design a website using the GrooveFunnels. So this is the second part of the video which I am already creating. So if you haven't watched my previous video, please go to the I button and watch that video first, okay? And then come to this video because I have given some quick guide about the structure of the page, that how it works and how we can able to go ahead and change each and everything one by one. All right, so without wasting the time, let's get started and start editing this particular page as you have already watched my previous video. Okay, so now we have already discussed, so I'm just going to quickly go ahead and start with the editing part one by one, so you will get to know and you will be able to understand that how it works. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to change the image part. So here is the image. First of all, I have to select that image area. Okay, whenever you will select any content or any block on the Groove, to the right hand side you will get all the options that how you can play with that particular section. Okay, so now let's see, go to the right hand side. We have two options over there. If you can see under the image over there, it has two options which says design and configuration. Let's go ahead and add the image first and then we will go ahead and start experimenting with that. Okay, so here is the configuration option to the right hand side. I'm just going to click on that and now you can see that here we have the options, so that how we can able to go ahead and add the image. First of all, we have to click on the choose image option over there, and the GrooveFunnel will open the library. Okay, the library of the images which you already have added to the library, or if you can see over there, there is an area of free stock photos. Okay, so if you go ahead and click on free stock photos, you will able to search over here. You can search it by yourself that what kind of photo you want to add. Okay, and if you want to add a logo, that you need to upload an image from here. You need to choose an image from the system, from your computer, and then you have to add that image. So let me first of all go ahead and show you that how you can able to do that. So first of all, I'm just going to choose an image, although I already have the logo over here which I can add directly, but let me show you that how you can able to do that. So I'm just going to click on upload an image. Okay, and so let me see if I have in the downloads. So yes, here it is. I'm just going to use the Funnel Strike image over there. So I'm selecting this one. I'm just going to, now once you select the image, it will appear over here, but this is not, it's done. Okay, we have to click on the upload option. If you can see to the bottom area, there are three options. One is saying upload, one is saying edit, and one is saying delete. So we need to click on upload. So I'm just going to click on upload. Now it will going to show to the right hand side if we want to make any kind of changes with the aspect ratio, or if we want to use it like that only. So let's say I want to use it like that only, so I'm just going to select it. Or if I want to make any kind of changes in the dimension over there, you can make the changes, and after that you have to click on update dimension first, because if you will not going to click on update dimension, it will be going to it will not going to make any changes. Okay, it will like that only. Okay, like previous. So if you want to use the as it is image over there, okay, you can just click on select option and it will going to add it over there. Now once it will be added, you can able to first of all give the name always. Whatever the images or videos you are adding to the website or the funnel, this is the most important part I'm telling you, that always try to give the name to those particular images or the video, because what happen, it will going to help you out with the SEO thing. When you will go ahead and start doing the SEO for your website, it will going to do that. It will help you to rank get ranking on the Google easier, because what happened, Google is an algorithm. It's not something that everything is managed by the people who are in the Google. Okay, so whenever you will publish your website, so the Google will going to review your website. Okay, Google will review your website, and if you Google will not able to read your video or read your images. Okay, it will just think that there is some kind of PNG file or JPEG file is available. Okay, and if it will not going to read that particular area, that what actually it is, it will definitely going to give you a negative marking over there. under the SEO. So if you put the name over there to clarify that what actually this image represents, so it will be easier for the Google's algorithm to read that image that it is for the company's logo. Okay, and then it will go ahead and give you the good ranking over there. So I'm just going to mention over there the image alternate or attribute value is logo. You can mention that FS or funnel strike, whatever you want, just that's it. Okay, so it will go ahead and read the logo. It means that it will understand that yes, it is a company's logo, nothing else. Now what happened, you might have seen while going to some website that if you click on the logo, okay, wherever you are on the website, whether you are on the home page or to the about us, to the contact page, or wherever you are, if you click on the logo, okay, you get to the home page directly. Okay, so you can able to do this over here as well. You can link your logo to your pages. Okay, so we don't have multiple pages on this particular website, so still I'm just going to show you that you can select the page option, you can select the block option, like you can just use this block number 1. Okay, we have block number 2, we have block number 3, and so on. So you can give the option to the block number 1 over there. Let me go ahead and go back to that, and oh, I need to again choose the image because I haven't updated it yet. So let me go ahead and select it one more time. So logo FS. Okay, now let us go ahead and select a page over not page, we have only one page, I believe. Okay, so let's go ahead and select that one page only. Okay, so if you go ahead and click on the logo to the top of the screen, it will go ahead and bring up your main landing page, the first page of your website. Okay, now here I don't think that we need to mention this thing that carry over URL parameter or open in new tab, because if you're going to the main page of the website, you don't have to click that open in new tab. Okay, so you can just simply go ahead and update this. Now if you see over there, as soon as I will update this one, the logo is added over there. It is pretty simple. Okay, it's we don't have like, it is not a big logic over there. And now you can see that how nice that logo is looking, but now my header area is little bit got broader. So what I have to do, while go ahead and doing all this editing part, you have one option that you can go ahead and check the live preview of your website, that how does it looks on the Google. Okay, so as we have added the logo over there, first of all we have to go ahead and click on save option over there. Okay, after saving this logo, you can go ahead and check the preview whether it does look good on the Google or not. So at the top area only, you see there is a I button. You just click on the I button and it will open a new tab in front of you, and you will able to see that this logo is added over there. Look how pretty simple it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and start editing with the other stuff. Now if you want to shrink the logo a little bit, let's go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so it will look more like eye attractive. So now we have to again click on the logo, we have to select that logo, and let's get into the design part. Okay, we have configured it. Okay, everything is mentioned over there. Now let's get into the design part. Under the design part, now we have all these options over there. If you go ahead and reset this style, you might lose your logo and you need to add it again. Okay, we have 3 headings under the states like hover, active, or focus. Okay, we'll go ahead and discuss all these things. Okay, hover will be usually go ahead and used while designing any button systems over there, like any call to action buttons. On that particular time, the hovers will going to use, because whenever you will move the mouse over the button or some kind of headings area, it will change the color or it may give some animation to that. Okay, so that for that reason the hovers are used. Okay, now if you want to give any transparency to your logo like this, that it will go ahead and try to merge with the background color, so I don't think that it is necessary to do with the logo. Now with the text, as this is not a text this is not a text heading or text logo, we don't have to do anything with that. If you want to maintain the size, it will not going to do so, because it's not a text, it's a logo. Now what about the background? Okay, we don't have to change the background of this logo because it's completely like intact in its particular area. What about border? Let's say we don't want to change the border as well because it is looking good. Okay, now delay. What is delay? Like if you are putting any kind of animation in that, you can put some delay timer over there, that the logo will appear after opening up the website. The logo will appear after a couple of seconds, so we don't want that as well. Let's go with the layout area, that inline flex or block or line table, whatever the type you want to fix this particular logo, you can do that. If I made it display, so it will go broader. Okay, if I will made it block, it will come to the block specific areas. If you make inline block, it is little bit same, and inline, so it will again go bigger. So we don't want these all things. Okay, we just simply go ahead and mention inline flex. So this is the original size of your logo. Okay, and now what we have to do, let us go ahead and shrink this block area a little bit, so it will go ahead and try to merge with the logo borders. Okay, and it will look good on the browser. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do it with the spacing area. Okay, so we don't have to do anything with the logo. Now we have to shrink the spacing of the entire block. So that is the reason you can see that I have selected the block completely. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the spacing of the block, and you will see it will go ahead and try to make changes. Okay, no, we have to put some negative, and now you see it is going above. Now you can see the logo from the above has merged with the boundary of that block. Okay, let's do it little bit more. Okay, now what we have to do, the same thing from the bottom. So I'm just going to uncheck that, and I'm just going to check the bottom one, and again I'm just going to like do that. Now you can see the block, the second block is coming above. Okay, and it is trying to merge with the logo. Okay, so now you can see that it has merged with the logo. Now what we have to do, let's go ahead and first of all save this particular changes, and I'm just going to check it on the Google again, that how does it looks. So let's go and check the preview. Now you can see that the logo is going completely up, completely above, and it has not any area above left from the Chrome area, and your second block is also got added like attached with the logo. So it looks little bit cooler than before. Now if you want to give a background color to the block, okay, so let's go ahead and do that as well. I'm just going to the color area, and it is selected white color. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to merge the background color from the second block's color, which is in blue color. So let's do one thing, let's try to do it with the darker blue. No, it's not looking good. Okay, so we can do a little bit more darker. Now I think it looks good. So, and if it is quite darker, so let's go ahead and give a little bit transparency. So I believe this will be better enough. Okay, so you can go ahead and like use the slider button from the bottom, and you can go ahead and make a little bit changes with the color over there. Okay, always try to choose the color which is which suits your brand name. Okay, like right now it is still not good according to me, because my logo is in pink color. Okay, which is like a groove color, and I have given a background in a blue color, so it's not that much cooler for me. If I will go ahead and make any other color, let's see this one. No, I don't like that as well. Let's see this one. No, this one looks little bit good. No, if I can choose any other color, I think this will be good or not. So you can like go ahead and check by yourself. Okay, let's come to the second block over here. So this is something that everything is, according to me, everything is good over here. If you want to give the name of your agency over there, you can do that. Okay, and the first name, the last name, the mobile number, email address, the comment about if customer wants some more information, or if customer want you to explain something which is really very important, so you will able to prepare on that particular thing as well. And we will go ahead and configure this later on. Okay, if you want to change the image here, okay, you can simply again go to the same area where I said you that go to the configuration area. You can choose the image, whatever image you want over there, and you can just go ahead and select from the free stack image, and you can, let's say that let's go ahead and select this, and always try to mention the attribute of the image. So two ladies with laptop. If you want to link that image again with any link, you can do so, or leave it. I don't think that it is needed. So now I have added it. You can see that how it looks like. So this is something that the block area got broader and the image is little bit smaller, so it is not fitting on this particular area. So what we can do over here to like make this block look good or eye attractive, okay, we can simply go ahead and add some text over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and how we can able to add the text. We have to go to the left hand side area and we have to add the element. Okay, what element we have to add? So now what we have to do, we have to choose the text content. Okay, complete a paragraph content over here so that we can able to put a paragraph. So you can see this is over here under the text. We have a paragraph option. We have to just drag and drop it over here. Okay, now you can see that the paragraph is added inside this particular section to edit. So let's go ahead and edit it once. I'm just going to select that particular box. Okay, and let's go ahead and select the entire, mention that we believe in client satisfaction. Please feel free to get writers regarding your requirements. We will try to get back to you as earliest as possible. Now, according to the background color, it is in the black color, so it doesn't looks good. So what we have to do, we have to go ahead and change the text color. So we have to select the text area and we have to go to the color and we have to make it white. Okay, now let's see. So see how it's looking. Now this is a little bit closer to the image, so it is not looking good. So what we have to do, again we have to go ahead and give a proper spacing to this particular block, that it gives a proper separation between the image and the content. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Okay, if you want to, here we go ahead and do it from here. First of all, we have to do it from the top. It's negative, we don't have to select the negative. If you will select, it will go above. Now it's going down, down, down. Now you can do as much as you want. Okay, So let me go ahead and put it somewhere here in the middle. Okay, and if you want to like make a size of the image like this particular font little bit bigger, you can do that as well, so that it will be eye-catchy. So I think this is good now. Okay, so I'm just going to save this particular option, save this particular work, and let's go ahead and see that how it looks on the Google back. So it's done, and let me open the new page, and here you go, that whatever the changes we have made, it is live now. Okay, it is in the preview. Okay, now let's go ahead and do one more thing over here, that let's add the services area over there. Okay, so what we will do, we will use a pre-designed block for this particular thing, because we have to add services, that what kind of services we are providing to the clients. Okay, so let's go ahead and import it. So we need to go to the blocks area to the left hand side, we need to select on it, and we will go ahead and use the designed blocks. Okay, so let's see if we have any services option or any kind of thing which is mentioning. They have lots of pre-designed blocks, so we need to work on it, that how we can able to. So they have lots of pre-designed blocks, so we need to go ahead and see for ourselves that which one is needed, which one is perfect for our website. Okay, so I think that I'm just going to choose this one. Okay, it says that from my blocks, but we will go ahead and change this all things. Okay, or let's say go ahead and select this one. Okay, I'm just going to selecting and drag and drop it over here. It will go ahead and add it to the page. Now here you can see that it says why choose us, what is the reason to choosing us. So what you want over there. Now whenever you want to tell the client about your services, and you might have seen on so many websites that what is the catchy thing that to mention over there, and I don't think that there is something better than why choose us. Now you have reasons to explain over there, to tell the customers that why it is important for them to choose you. Okay, you can go ahead and explain your best things inside this particular area. So let's say that they have X year of experience. You can just simply go ahead and click over here and mention we have over 10 years experience. All right, it's done, you don't have to do anything. Okay, individual approach, you just mention over here that you believe in customer satisfaction. Okay, and you can go ahead and write some content on that, like it should be not big, it should be little bit. Okay, like you can give one paragraph over there, that how your customers are satisfied. Okay, now you can mention over here that the most important thing that I don't think that we need to change in the third one, that 24/7 they have the good round circle over there. Okay, they have mentioned 24/7 and online support. All right, so you can just go ahead and change the content over there, that you can mention that our support team is available 24/7. Okay, you can get in touch with us by calling on our toll-free number, or by just getting into the chat box. Okay, you can just add a chat box on the website if you want to see that how we can integrate the chat feature using the Facebook business page messenger. You can just go ahead and check that. I'm just going to give the link in the description, as well as I'm adding it in the I button, so please go ahead and check this. Okay, so let's see that why choose us is done over here, and I just want to add one more section over there, that what services we are offering now. Okay, so there should be like why choose us come after the services. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a block for services option over there. So check the content option, and under the content option, let's see, this one will work, I believe. Okay, I'm just going to add over here. Now our featured course, so this is the services thing. Okay, now if you are a coach, if you are providing the coaching on the digital marketing, you can go ahead and give images one by one that what kind of services you are offering, and you can mention little bit things about those services, and you can give some call to action option over there, like it's already given that start learning, or you can go ahead and click on their book now. Okay, or you can click on learn more, so or you can click on view details, whatever. There are 2 buttons are given, but I don't think that 2 buttons are necessary. You can give only one call to action option, and you can give separate action for, there are 3 blocks, you can give 3 options over there. So let's say, like I'm just going to tell that we are a digital marketing agency. So what digital marketing agency can do? Okay, let's do that. You can mention over here website, I'm so sorry, website designing. All right, and you can give some little bit description about that, why the website designing is best according to you, and what you can deliver to the customers. Okay, that get client first. So let's add this one. Then apart from the website designing, that you can go ahead and you can add search engine optimization. You can like go ahead and make the text size little bit smaller, so that it will be going to optimize according to the blog. And you can go ahead and scale your agency, or scale your agency. That is good point, scale your agency. Like if any agency is contacting, or if you're designing it for if you're a digital marketing if you're a digital marketer and you're providing the services for website designing, so scale your agency is good option. Okay, you can add this one as well. If you want add little bit more, okay, you can just simply go ahead and copy and paste this particular section. Let me go ahead and do that. That you can see that these 3 sections are copied. You can just simply go to the top of this section, you can select this, copy and paste. Now if you see, go below, it is already copied. Okay, so if you want to add little bit more things over there, you can delete this, and you can mention Facebook and Google ads. If you want to mention over there social media marketing, and you can add something like affiliate. It's done now. So you can go ahead and we have given the option for affiliate marketing and all kind of things. Okay, now we will go ahead and see about how we can able to integrate all these buttons. Okay, to go to the next option, we will go ahead and see in my upcoming videos. We are currently designing the funnel, so we are going to focus on this only. So please don't worry, I will go ahead and create the video on that very soon, so you will able to see that how it works. Okay, now let's say here you just want to mention the testimonial, so I don't think that I need to describe over here what we have to do. You have to just simply go ahead and change the image, and you have to mention that what feedback you have got from the customer. Just simply mention the name of the customer and what service you have provided over there, okay, to the customer. Or if you want to mention about your company's higher authorities, okay, that if you have the a very good developer, if you have a very good Facebook like ad manager, okay, you can mention their details over there as well. Come to the last part of the blog. There you can add a couple of things, like you can add your terms and condition, privacy policy area over there. Okay, you can do each and everything one by one. So, and before that, I just want to go ahead and add one more footer part, okay, which will going to provide couple of more informations like terms and terms and services and the uh, policies of the company. Okay, so let's go ahead and add one footer part, and I believe that is all. We have the pre-designed block over there. So here I'm just going to use this pre-designed block, and I'm just going to put it here, and now you can see that it's added. We have to just go ahead and give a quick link to that. Okay, like you can able to give a contact detail, like if you want your clients for any kind of queries or any kind of issues related to the services, if they want to complain about any kind of things, so you can give them a specific email address where they can able to contact you. Okay, and here is also the same thing is mentioned, the all right result. So if you want to delete the last column, you can do that. Okay, or if you want delete this particular block from there, you can do that. Okay, you can mention a couple of things over here, like it is already mentioned the number one designing agency or training of 2022. You can just mention over there the number one website development or digital marketing agency. Just that's it. Let me go ahead and make that changes. Number one marketing agency in, you can say the name like New York, or you can give any name. Okay, like your city name, whatever you want, and it's done. You can add your terms of services and privacy policy over there. Let's go ahead and see that how we can able to add that. First of all, we need to create a new page for that. In order to add the terms of services, we need to add a new page, and for the privacy policies, as well as we are giving the buttons over there, whatever the call to actions we have given over there, we need to add a separate page for that. Okay, that if the client is going to click on that particular call to action button, so they will go ahead and redirect to the other pages. Okay, so first of all, let me go ahead and show you that how we can able to add the pages. So let's do that as well. Okay, I'm just going to pages area, and I'm just going to add a page by clicking on the plus button. Let me go ahead and show you. If you can see, when you select the pages option, to the top of that you will see a plus sign in pink color. You have to just select that, and again the new page will appear in front of you. Okay, so this is something that you can do it from the blank. Okay, or if you have the saved template. Okay, so I have my saved template for the terms and condition and the privacy policy, so I'm just going to use that only. So here you can see this is my privacy policies page, which I'm just going to select from here directly, and it will be added to my page over here. So it has already all this header part and things over there. So I'm just going to delete this entire block, because in this particular page we don't need this block, we just need the privacy policy. Okay, now what we have to do, I'm just going to delete this footer part from here, and what I will do, I will connect the header and footer of my this particular page which we are designing right now. So let's go ahead and do that as well. How we can able to do that, I'll tell you. So we have to like just add a block here. Now what we have to do, first of all, we have to go to our first page on our home page over here on this one, and we have to save those blocks, the header block and the footer block, so that we can able to use it from our saved templates. So how we can able to do that? First of all, again you have to select this arrow, and when you do this, you'll see this star icon. Do you see this star button over there? You have to select that, and you have to create a new block. Okay, you can create a new block or a category, like I have already did that earlier. Let me choose my new category. What's my category? if I have the category mentioned over there, like the I mentioned this, okay, header, okay, and let's create the block, and it's saved, okay, in the blocks area. I will show you how you can see that. Okay, now go to the bottom, and what I'm doing, I'm selecting this entire block, and I'm also going to save this one also, and I'm just going to save it in the footers. It is already selected over there. I'm just going to save it by creating block. Now what I have to do, let's go to the second page, select the second page to edit it, and I believe that the team is already working on the application, so it is behaving a little bit slow. Now in order to add those pre-made blocks which you have saved as your templates, so it is already added under the block section. So first of all, come to the page and select the block area where you have to add it. Go to the blocks and check the headers block. So under the headers, if you can see, this is the one which is not showing right now because of some reasons. Okay, so always whenever you save your templates, it will come to the top. Okay, and if you can see, there is another header block which I have created for my another website, so we will not going to use that one. We will use this header one. Okay, so this is not showing right now that what is the actual design for that. I'm just going to drag and drop it in this. Okay, I'm so sorry that we don't have to add any empty block, okay, because this is already a block which we have made. Okay, so we don't have to add any empty block. You can delete these empty blocks from here, and you can see that the same frame exactly which looks like block which is available on the previous page on your home page, it will come up directly over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete this block as well completely from here, and I'm simply going to get that block over here. Okay, from the block section. Software is working a little bit slow. It might be the team is working on this. So you can see that this is added over here. So I'm just going to select and come down, and you can see. So there are a couple of things when you design any website. So there are a couple of things which remains same on your entire website, like your header and your footer part. Okay, so make sure that whenever you are designing your website, okay, just copy that, save that header and the footer part, so that you don't have to design it again and again, because if you will going to do that, maybe you will find some differences between home page and about us, or maybe your another pages. So if you go ahead and if you are designing the home page, just go ahead and try to save it as your templates. Okay, the footer and the header at least. Okay, the footer and the header, you can go ahead and save any of the blocks. Okay, any of the templates, like I saved the privacy and the policy as well, because I will going to use the same privacy policy for my rest of other websites. Okay, so we can save these things so that we can able to use this for the different pages, as I did the same for you see over here. Now what we have to do, we have to simply mention over here that we have to link this particular option to the pages. Okay, the terms and condition or the privacy policy. So let's go ahead and do that quickly. I'm just going to select this terms of service option over here. Now when you select this terms of service over here, it's a text area. You will see a configuration option over there to the right hand side. Click on the configuration. Now here which says text link, you have to edit this as well, because if you will not edit this, this will going to appear here as well. If you will not going to edit this text link, it will also going to appear here written in the format of that only, which is text link. Okay, so you are again configuring it, so just mention here the entire thing that for what that text is. So I'm just going to mention terms of services, and if you want to link this up, okay, you can link to a page. Okay, what page? I'm just going to mention over here the page 1. all right. Okay, just let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and show you that how you can make the changes for the name of the pages. Okay, so come to the pages area, and if you want to make the changes for the first page, you can just go ahead and click on edit settings, and I'm just going to make the name of this page is home, and page head title, if you want to give it is, you can give it index. That's it, index, and just save it from the top area. I'm just going to do the same for the another one, edit settings. I'm just going to give a name for this particular one, terms of services, and I'm just going to give the name. Okay, now one more thing here, this is very important, that this is a page URL which you are giving right now. Okay, so you can give the page URL the same as a page name. All right, and make sure that while giving the page URL, you don't have to put any space between, otherwise it will not going to accept it. You can see that it says invalid name, okay, in red color. So what we have to do, we can just delete the off, and we can put a hyphen between them. Now you can see that we are not getting that error message over there. And you can change this terms of services and make the save it. All right, so now let's go ahead and see whether this page is appearing in that option or not. So I'm just going to select the terms of services, I'm just going to configure it, I'm just going to mention over here again terms of services, and I'm just going to link this click, like if anybody is going to the bottom of the page, and if anyone wants to click on that particular link, so it will they will go ahead and redirect to the privacy and policy pages. So I'm just going to click on the page option, and now I'm going to select the page from here. Now you can see the page home and terms of services are coming over there. I'm just going to select that one. If you want your clients to open it in the new tab, while clicking on that, you can select this one option, open in new tab, and update it. So once it will get updated, we will go ahead and save the changes from the top of the screen, and we will go ahead and click on publish button. Now as I have domains already mentioned over here, okay, let's first of all go ahead and check the preview of this page, that how it looks. So here you can see that my header is there, whatever the changes we have made, the two services blocks are over there. We have the option that why choose us, okay, the testimonials are there, subscribe page is there, these all things are there. Okay, the entire things are done. Now let's go ahead and try to publish this page. I'm just going to do it with the don't have option for the custom domain right now. I need to create a custom domain over here to add it with the custom domain, because I don't want to add it on my personal domain. Sorry, I need to add a subdomain, because I don't want to add it with my custom domain, because on my custom domains the websites are already running over there. So let me go ahead and click on manage domain area, and I'm just going to create a custom domain very quickly, and I'm just going to mention the web page name, which is PC repair. And what subdomains are, this is something that you don't have to pay for subdomains. These are completely free, and if you don't have the website, or if you don't want to get the custom domain for the initial time, you can use the custom domain from the Groove itself. Just what the difference between that the Groove pages will going to be available. The Groove pages will going to give you a space to host your website, okay, host your page with the help of groovepages.com. So you can see that I have mentioned pcrepair.groovepages.com. I'm just going to save this one, and as soon as this will save, I'll update it, and then we'll go ahead and try to see whether my the subdomain is appearing over there or not. So I'm just going to update it. I'm just going to, now let's go ahead and publish it. Let's see that it says that Groove Pages subdomain. I'm just going to select it. I have to give a folder name over there, so you can give a folder name like PC repair. Alright, that it will going to reflect with your link, the URL. Okay, now here at the bottom there are two options, whether you want to publish your website or whether you want to publish your current page. So let's go ahead and publish the entire website. Here is the publish option. I'm just going to click on publish. It will take a couple of moments over there, and we'll get a green notification bar. Here you can see that it says the site published is in progress. It takes a little bit time, but if everything is good, if everything is done correctly, it will not take more than 10 seconds to get published. So while we are talking right now, it's already done. So I'm just going to copy the link from here, and let's go and open the new pages, and I'm just going to put enter, and let's see. Here we go. Now this page is completely live. This is not a preview version, this is a complete live page. Okay, and if you want, you can click on the icon and you can go to the home page. You can click on the icon, you can go to the home page directly, and let's go ahead and click on the link which we have created, which is terms of services. You can see that when I'm moving the cursor, and when my cursor goes to terms of services, it get like that hand icon over there, the palm icon, which shows us that this is a clickable link. So let's click on this, and here we go, that we are on the privacy and policy. Now again we can click here. Alright, so right now it's not working because we are already in the like terms of services page, and let's go ahead and click on this one. Here we go, that again we are on the home page. Alright, so this particular linking is working on both the pages. Okay, you see, you remember that we have configured it for just for the home page. Okay, but as we copied the entire blog and we use the entire blog on our another page, the entire settings are also got copied. Okay, and we don't need to go ahead and configure it again and again. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. I'm just going to click on terms of services. You can see that we are on the privacy policy page, the terms of services page, and if we click on the logo again, it will get us back to the home page. So you see that it is very easy. I know that the video is little bit going long, but the things which you got to learn in this particular session is definitely going to make you understand the steps one by one. Now it is on you that you have to go ahead and practice it. Okay, I'm just going to create more videos on this, like what other things are there, how we can able to configure this all call to action buttons. Okay, you will get all these things in the manage area over there to the left hand side. Whatever the option you are selecting, you'll get each and everything mentioned to the right hand side. Okay, by getting those words, you will able to see that yes, I can able to configure this particular area from this particular button or this particular box. Okay, so this is something that it is very easy. The video may goes long because we have to do something, we have to add some more features, we are trying to make it look wonderful or nice. Okay, but once you will get your hands on it, okay, once you will get to know, once you will become familiar with this particular software, okay, it will not going to take more than 2 hours to design your funnel or 1 or 2 pages website. It is my word to you. So that is it for the day. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please do share this video with your friends or whomsoever want to create their own like website or funnel, okay, by themselves. and please do subscribe my channel, so whenever I will go ahead and release any new videos, you'll get the notification. So that's it for the day. Thank you for watching the video and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.